All right, everyone. We are back for Emergency Ticket Grail Alert number 4. And we got a really cool one for y'all tonight. We got Chase Mazz on ticket history. Let's get him on.
What's going on?
Representing Collect
That's right.
tonight. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And, for the for a free hat, I'll do any kind of marketing.
It's funny
Yeah,
how
no,
pathetic we
I
are.
know.
Um, I appreciate everyone watching, man. We got Montreal Expos tickets, Kobe underscore Ruth underscore Justin Sutterfield. We
Sweet.
got Wrestling Stubs. We got I Collect Tickets, Sean Doherty. We got Thrash Man, Scott Fouracre, 82 Braves ticket. Man, we got a lot of people on.
That's awesome.
I'm excited. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
Um, well, it's an emergency. Oh, I see Papa Jim. Papa Jim in the
100%.
house. Justin Wheeler in the house. All right, we got some peeps. We got some peeps. So we better come strong,
Yeah,
Chase. So
yeah, we will.
well, this is a good one. Oh, I see my daughter's in. Woo! It's always cool. I get to see her.
Hello.
Cool. Yeah. So Chase called me. He's like, I got a big one. I got one that's mega super rare. It's really historical. I've searched for it forever, and I donated my left kidney to do a PSA walkthrough on it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah. I'll
so
tell you,
before we get to the ticket, before we
the
get to the
walkthrough
what,
still took 14 business days, so I
well,
don't know.
that's what I was gonna say. What did it cost you? And then you told me the walkthrough was still 14 business days. I'm like, that's an awful long
No,
dang walk.
yeah, no, it's yeah. I mean, I think if you drop it off at the headquarters or whatever, you can get it back faster, but when you're mailing it out, it just takes a while. So, yeah, it's a lot of money to get it, get these graded, but you had to do it. It's totally worth it. So, yeah, I was excited I mean, I was just nervous all around, right? Because getting the ticket from the person and then sending it back out to PSA and then having it come back to me, once I had it in my hands, it was just a lot better feeling.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
So let's kind of preface everything.
Yeah,
We can set this up because, man, I'm still living every day with excitement that my Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It's the biggest thing in sports, right? The Super Bowl.
biggest thing in sports. I just got back from Philadelphia. I went up there with my son and my brother and his son for the parade. Man, Philadelphia was going crazy. It's the Super Bowl. It's
Absolutely.
it's the biggest sporting event ever.
Hmm.
Um, whether you liked Kendrick Lamar, whether you didn't like Kendrick Lamar, I mean, it's an event. Everyone gets together, family, friends, eating, drinking. I think the day after should be a national holiday so that we can all not have to go to work the next day. But I mean, think about just how big it's become.
Yep.
Fair?
Yeah, absolutely.
So now let's dial it back.
Yep.
Let's dial it down. Let's dial it back. If it's so big and so huge now, where, Chase, did it start?
Yeah. Well, you know, basically when the NFL first started in 1920, the champion was decided based on the regular standings, right? The regular season standings. So whoever had the best record, they were just automatically the champion. And in 1932, a special event happened, and the Chicago Bears and the Portsmouth Spartans, who later became the Detroit Lions in 1934, were tied in the regular season, and it had never happened before, and they didn't really know what to do. So,
So wait, before you get to
yeah,
it, if we're talking about the
yep.
30s and we're talking about NFL football and we're talking about a team that's the Portsmouth, what'd you say it was?
Portsmouth Spartans, yeah,
Man, you're talking some rare stuff,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
You're talking rare. So the Bears and the
Yeah.
Spartans tie. So there's no real way that they've ever seen that happen before.
It really hadn't happened before, and they didn't really know necessarily what to do. So, the gods of football, basically one main guy, Joe Carr, who was really the first commissioner of the NFL, decided that they would hold a playoff, a one-game playoff to decide the champion. And I maybe it's a good time to reveal the
Well,
ticket, but
how cool would it be
yeah,
if you could have and possess a ticket to the first playoff game,
yeah, we're talking
playoff
about
game
playoffs. Yeah.
ever in the history of professional football?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hold it up here, but there it is. It's a very small ticket, but it does say Chicago Bears Football Club on it, and it has the date, December 18th, 1932. There's actually two versions of this ticket. I can tell you a little bit more about it in a minute, but this is for the mezzanine level. The most interesting thing about this game is that it actually also is the first indoor football game, indoor NFL football game, because the weather was so crazy. The Bears played at Wrigley Field, and there was a blizzard. The temperature was below zero. They said there's no way that this was the Great Depression, right? It was hard to get people to the games to begin with to spend money on a ticket. So this is no way that people are going to sit outside in Wrigley Field and watch the first playoff game in NFL history, right? So they moved the game to Chicago Stadium where the Blackhawks play. And to fit the field inside the stadium, they actually had to shorten it to 80 yards and decrease the width of the field by 30 yards. So you're talking about playing on, a super small field where the sidelines actually go right up to, the out of bounds wall. So it was like arena football in a way, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And because it was a smaller venue, only 11,198 people were able to attend the game.
Wow. Wow.
Um, so yeah, it's just incredible. I mean, the thing about it is so special to me is that, okay, so this is the first playoff game. The following season, they have a slew of rule changes, right? Because of everything that happened in this game. So you know how every time there's a down, they set the ball on the hash marks. That started because of this game, right? In 1933, they changed the rule that every time they had to set the ball on a hash mark because they couldn't set the ball at the end because of the wall was right there, right? So they decided to make that a permanent rule to use the hash marks. The other thing that was interesting is like prior to this, they used the college football rule book, right? And they said okay, the only touchdown that was scored in this game was by Red Grange, which, history in of itself, obviously Red Grange is like the father of football. He scores the touchdown, and there's a lot of controversy behind it because at the time the rule said you have to be 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and they didn't have replay back then, obviously. They weren't exactly sure. Was he 4 yards? Was he 5 yards? Was he 6 yards? And so, they changed that rule to be every, behind the line of scrimmage, you were allowed to have a forward pass in 1933.
Who threw that forward pass to Red Grange?
Oh man,
Come,
yeah,
come on,
you're
I got it. I
okay.
got it.
You look it up. What was
It
it?
was it was
Yes,
Bronco Nagurski to
that's right.
Red Grange. I
Yes,
mean, it doesn't get
right.
any more prophetic
It's
in
unbelievable. Yeah,
football history. You've got two of the biggest names ever in such a memorable moment. So Chase, show the ticket one more
yeah,
time, and also
absolutely.
I want to see the PSA
Okay, yeah.
label too. The flip.
Here, can I? Maybe I can flip. Can I flip my camera
Yeah, of
around?
course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's see if I can do
Connor
this.
was able to do it
Yeah.
last
So
time, and it worked great. Yeah.
how's that?
And what
Yeah,
does
there
it
you go.
say? What does it say? Let me.
So it says first NFL playoff and indoor game. And they actually call it the 1932 NFL Championship.
Wow.
But the super interesting thing is like after this, they're like, wow, that was actually a really good idea. So in 1933, they have what was really they moved to the divisional format, right? So they have two divisions, and then the winner of each of those divisions plays in the national championship. And they had that until 1967, and then they had the Super Bowl, and that's where we are today. So this was really the precursor to all of that.
The godfather to the Super
Yeah,
Bowl. And on top of that, Chase, it's the first indoor game.
yeah,
I mean, I look at that ticket. Someone asked, 82 Braves tickets makes ask a great question. I've asked you the same
yeah.
thing. Gotta be a PSA Pop 1,
But,
Pop 2.
believe it or not, it's a two. It's a pop two. So the crazy thing about this is there's only one other one that's known, and it was part of Joe Carr's estate. So Joe Carr was the first NFL commissioner. Believe it or not, in like the early 2000s or something, some like trash picker found his collection of things from his estate. He had died long since before that. Someone just threw away his stuff, and in there was some incredible things, right? There was a full 1933 NFL championship ticket, bunch of other things. And then there was actually one of these tickets in there, and that was sold at Heritage in 2016, I believe, and then resold again, surprisingly. I don't know, a couple years later, but there's the only one that had been, found, and the only one that we've ever seen since until this one.
Justin, don't start looking through people's trash for tickets. Please tell me you ain't gonna
Well,
do that.
maybe he should though, because he
Yeah,
finds some good stuff.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing. You know, it's funny when you and I talked about this, and you told me that there was this one and that one. I kind of thought this is a ticket that belongs in Canton.
Definitely, yeah. And it's not. They actually have a program in the Hall of Fame. They have one of the programs, and there's an interesting story behind the programs too. I mean, obviously the programs say Wrigley Field on them, and they had moved the game to Chicago Stadium, and so because it was only 11,000 people, they rounded up all the other programs that they thought they were going to sell. They brought them to the NFL headquarters, and they sat there for years. And then there was a big fire at the NFL headquarters in the 1960s, and most of the programs actually got burned up. So you'll see one in the Hall of Fame actually has a burn mark on the corner. And it's just a crazy story. And the programs, I mean, there's been, 4 or 5 programs that have popped up. One of them actually was on the show Pawn Stars.
Wow.
But they sell for pretty big money. But, the Hall of Fame doesn't have a ticket. And, we have one right here. So it's on Stub Love.
Very, very cool. I'm happy to have it on
Yeah,
Stub Love. I'm always
absolutely.
happy to have you on Stub Love. An emergency grail for sure.
Definitely.
Gotta get the word out. It's 100% a grail by any definition. I'm telling you, it's a ticket that belongs in Canton. If someone would have said to me, I was going to be able to host someone that had a ticket, which was the godfather, the precursor, whatever you want to call it, to today's modern day Super Bowl, I would have said, no way. No
Yeah.
way. So
Thanks.
I'm
I
just
appreciate that.
really thrilled that you have it, Chase, because the other thing that everyone, I mean, y'all got to follow Ticket History. I mean, it's a must follow on IG. Chase has done so much good for the hobby. I hope your wife's going to let you come to
Yeah.
Chicago this year for the
Yeah,
national.
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so
No, that'd be
hopefully she'll
great.
let you escape. I know you got little ones, but
Yeah.
a great ticket. Show it one more
Yeah,
time so we have it
absolutely. I'll
down there.
so I'll post the high res scan on the Instagram after this, and I'll write a couple other things we didn't talk about, some other facts that are pretty interesting, and just give me a follow and check out the stories.
Great stuff. Thanks for coming on, Chase. Thanks for
Absolutely,
everybody
and
really
thanks for
involved
having
in
me.
this.
See ya.
Yep. Be well.
Bye.
Take care. Have a good night.